morning, all you marvelous men and wonderful women. It's Tuesday, March 27th, here at the Fontana Lodge. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Just getting myself packed up. I'm gonna grab a coffee and then take a shuttle to the Fontana Marina in about half an hour and get today's hike underway. Big day today. We're entering the Smokies. The Smokies is a section I've been both looking forward to as well as have been a little bit anxious about. The weather is always unpredictable, but it does look like we've got a pretty nice next 4 days. A little bit wet perhaps, but hopefully no snow, and the cold may not impact us as much. Fontana Lodge was great, but I'm ready to get back on the trail. A well-deserved Nero. Now time to put some miles on. Welcome to my hikeification. Today we're starting at the Fontana Marina, just before the Fontana Lodge at mile 163, with the goal today of, we have a choice of two different shelters. The further away one is the Russell Field shelter at mile 180. The more likely is Mollies Ridge shelter at mile 177, giving us about a 13-mile day. We do go past the Fontana Hilton shelter, which is very well renowned, and hopefully we'll get some views of that. Go over the Fontana Dam and then a very large uphill straight up the mountain. Shustak is about 3/4 of the way up, continuing through the course of the day. And as you can see, Mollies Ridge at the top, almost uphill all day, about 13 miles all told. The view from the lodge. A few clouds in the mix. We'll see if that burns off. Nice balcony. This is the renowned Fontana Hilton shelter. I would say one of the more sophisticated shelters on the AT. Got tent sites up there. As you can see, it's pretty new. Bare boxes. It even has power. A great view of the lake. Here we are, just starting to cross Fontana Dam. And as we exit Fontana Dam, we enter Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Here we are at the trailhead into the Smokies. I think we're going one past Mollies Ridge, but we'll see. Now the Smokies is one of the few areas on the Appalachian Trail that require a permit. So I was able to pick mine up at the NOC. Cost 20 bucks. A special rate for through hikers. And keep half with you. And you deposit the rest here. I think it's so they can keep also tabs on how many people are going through. Done. Okay, we're gonna put you guys away for a bit. We got some uphills to do today, but we'll bring you out in a while. Let's get started. Yes, I know. I do grunt a bit. Not sure if you can see through the trees, but that's where we came from. There's the dam. All uphill today, but at least it's pretty gradual. They don't throw it in your face. Probably just the right temperature to hike the uphills in. It's definitely not warm, but it's not freezing either, so I was able to take the layers off and still remain at the right body temperature without building up too much of a sweat. I have a feeling we'll be playing with the layers a bit today though. Views to be had today. So just up that side trail, about 0.1 miles is Shustak, which apparently is another fire tower with a first major view of the Smokies. As you can see, we're pretty socked in. So I'm going to save myself the climb and skip that blue blaze. I'm sure it would have been nice. We'll try to catch the next one. Haven't brought you out much today. Really haven't done much filming. Essentially it's been it's been that most of the day. It's about a mile out from, I would say, the campsite for tonight. It's a little early. It's only about 2:30. I'm about 13 miles in. I probably have another 3 or 4 miles in me, but the following campsite is about another 6. So that's going to be a little bit too far. And in the Smokies, let's just say, stealth camping is discouraged. In fact, you actually have to sleep in the shelter itself unless it's otherwise full. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be there early enough to get one of the initial spots. Been an interesting day coming off a Nero. Physically I'm feeling good, but a Nero plays games with your mental hike. First, I will admit, it was very tempting to extend that Nero into a 0 when you saw the extras that were available in the comfort at that Fontana Lodge. But I think the big challenge really comes down to transitioning from that Nero headspace back into the hiking headspace. When you Nero, you've got a very clear goal in mind that you strive towards. That warm meal, that warm bed, that short day. It influences the way you hike and the motivation in that morning. When you follow it up with a normal day, that motivation, it almost leaves a shadow. You get to around 11 and you're thinking about, when's that lunch going to be? I only got a few more miles left. I can change and shower and get in that warm bed. And what should be decent motivation of that mountain house meal and that warm sleeping bag 6 hours from now kind of is a little less impressive. And I think to get through some of those harder miles, those harder climbs, it's important to have that goal, that reward that you're shooting for at the end of the day. And so the Nero just distills that a little bit in your normal hiking day. Which is not to say I'm going to avoid Neros. No siree, Bob. I am going to take every Nero I can possibly get. I'm just going to have to find those drives, those internal motivations during the normal 8 hours of hiking. Today was a bit tough, mostly because it was uphill all the way. And I've been thinking about that steak and mashed potatoes and broccoli that I had for dinner last night. Oh. Tonight, ramen. See? Little difference. Okay. So it looks like this wrap up, the sound didn't record for some reason, so I'm going to do it a la voiceover. Which means if anybody can read lips, feel free to let me know if I'm missing out on anything. If I recall, this day was it was a tough day, coming out of Fontana Dam or the Fontana Marina all the way up to Mollies Ridge. It was about a 13-mile day, and it was uphill the entire way. The nice thing, unlike Georgia, the uphills weren't too steep. And I also feel like I'm getting my trail legs a little bit in that I didn't have to stop at every tree and catch my breath. The trail was really well maintained. You can tell they take a lot of care in the upkeep of it. Some highlights for the morning. The Fontana Hilton was quite the shelter to see. I encourage anybody to stay there if you aren't going to the lodge, but the lodge was also great. And they got me kicked off in the morning the right way. In retrospect, on my Nero day, though, I probably would have gone past the marina, past the Hilton, and to the end of Fontana Dam. And that would have allowed a little bit of a longer first day into the Smokies without kind of using those first 3 miles, just getting to the start of the Smokies. But oh well, lessons learned. I was feeling good, not too many views through the course of the day. It was pretty much socked in, so maybe we'll just leave it there. I look like I'm having a good time, experiencing my first night in a Smoky shelter. Till next time, hike on.